example. Imagine walking a runway, long, long runway, 5-inch heels. Then you start feeling this nagging, bothersome pain. And you still have a mile of a runway to go through. It's like having an elephant dragging you, slowing you down. I mean, that's the pits, right?
Even if you're already feeling that whatever happens, you still need to walk the runway, make it to the end and back.
Definitely, because you're paid to do that. You need to fulfill your end of the bargain, right?
That is true. All right. But in your case, I guess it's truly a big blessing that you have found the perfect partner for your beloved pair. That's your feet and your legs. You found...
Exactly. I found Antistax. It's my antidote to tired legs. I have to mention that I am someone who really pushes myself to the limit. Really. I'll take my my exercise schedule, for example. When I get into full-on workout mode, I really just don't stop until the point of, no, just kidding. What I'm trying to say is I don't stop until my tongue is hanging out. My heart is okay, my body can take it, but my legs are just screaming for me to stop. And then when you acknowledge that, you say, okay, just 1 minute more, or another kilometer more, or just the last song on my iPod. Then you stop. And then I go home and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so dead tired. What the hell did I do to myself? And I just couldn't figure out what I was doing to myself, and I couldn't recover. Until I discovered Antistax, I realized I wasn't taking good care of myself, even if I thought I was. My legs were in poor vein condition. Then I discovered Antistax. I started taking this supplement. It's actually, it's not curative, it's preventive because it's a supplement, it's not a medication. It's made of red vine leaf extract. To you ladies, let me explain what that is in simple terms. It's the same thing that makes your red wine, so drink up, ladies. That's the ingredient of red wine. And it's a natural ingredient that promotes healthy blood circulation in your legs. And on top of that, speaking of beautiful and sexy legs, it prevents varicose veins. So that's for the men too. Because men have varicose veins, right?
That is true.
So you see, this tablet, this product is not gender discriminating. So start listening up, guys. Don't pretend you're reading through your messages on your iPhones.
Okay, so basically this is something that you would recommend not just for the ladies but also the men out there.
Yes, for everybody. I've done my research on Antistax and so many men take it as well. I mean, we're all made of the same stuff, right? We're all people, we do the same things, we work out, we push ourselves hard, we work, we have fun, we play, and and if in the event that you do experience leg issues, like I usually do, there is the Antistax cooling gel. It's made of the same red vine leaf extract, but with peppermint oil and menthol, which produces a double cooling, invigorating sensation. So it's like an on-the-spot treatment.
Okay, so you don't actually have to end up rubbing the red wine all over your legs. You have the Antistax cooling gel to do that, right?
If you reach that point of no return already, you might be rubbing the red wine on your legs.
But you don't really know. Okay, you're not even conscious of it. Okay, so we already have an idea as to exactly what Antistax does. Once again, it's preventive. So if it's something that you know with the kind of lifestyle that you have, it's similar to Tweetie's, you're always pushing yourself further than you should, and you don't end up taking care of your legs as you should. Like you're not resting it, you're not lifting it up, elevating as often as you should, then Antistax is what you should be grabbing. Okay, there is one reason why we are all here this afternoon, and that is because, like I said, we are going on sort of a trip with Tweetie De Leon Gonzalez on what her day-to-day activities are like. So we are sort of getting into her shoes and find out exactly what she goes through every single day as she moves on from one wearing one hat to another, from a career woman to a mother to a wife to a businesswoman. All of these while still taking care of her beautiful, beautiful long legs. So I'd like to invite everyone to please all rise from your seats. We're going to let you experience what she goes through, and she doesn't do all these things seated. So everyone, please rise from your seats.
Yes, if you mind.
And we are
inside.
And we are going on a journey.
Yeah, and let me give you a better glimpse of what I normally do in a normal day. I feel like a fitness instructor. You should be the one right here.
I should be right here. Okay.
This is your turn.
This is
I am the student here.
She's the talagang student. All right, everyone. As Miss Tweetie has already mentioned, she starts her day with a workout. So she also does quite a lot of running, and it's something that she started. When did you start running?
I started running about 5 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Together with other things that I do, I play other sports. I do other things like yoga. I do jump rope, which I have to come clean. Right.
She has to tell us a little story about her jumping rope.
This is the secret I was telling you about her. I have to come clean, okay? I'm very much into fitness, and sometimes I just don't know when to stop. So last Sunday, knowing that today is going to happen, Thursday, 4 days later, I just wanted to work out and brag to my little nieces, hey, look at Nina! Nina can do jump rope and do the cross and non-stop.
Do all the tricks.
Well, apparently Nina cannot. All right. So I had a little accident and the jump rope whipped my leg, and I had a huge bruise, a huge bump, which I covered up with makeup right now. I don't know if it's obvious, but I just wanted to complete without the coverage. Kind of looks like Ellie. You'll get to meet Ellie later on, and you'll know what I mean. So Ellie's been with me all this time since.
Ellie's been dragging her down. Okay, so let's go back to running. Aside from jumping rope, you already mentioned that jump rope is something that you do as a warm-up, or that's your as your warm-up.
Yes.
And then you've been running for 5 years. Is this something that you're planning to do competitively?
No, not anymore. I used to join races.
Okay.
It's just that I lost my mojo for it because when I started 5 years ago, I didn't know about Antistax yet.
Okay.
And I used to have leg issues all the time. I just couldn't proceed much longer than I should. I couldn't perform well, and I just lost my mojo for running. And when I became more informed and more aware of what I was doing and what supplements can help me, then I got back into running, which is why I'm back to it now. So I do run a lot, but on my own. I'm not into chit-chatting. Hey, how far do you want to go today? I just want to do my thing.
You just run.
Yeah, I'm a solo runner.
Okay. All right. Who here enjoys the runs, especially the weekend runs? Show of hands. None? Nobody runs here? Well, okay. If you are planning to get into it, okay, if you are thinking about getting into the weekend races because you're getting envious of all of your friends, you're envious of all the photos that you see on social media about all these runs, if you do start running, run at your own pace. Okay? Don't try and outrun the people who've already been running for quite some time.
My mantra is I do my fitness routines for my fitness. It's just to compete with myself, to do my personal best. I don't compare myself to others.
Okay.
I'm not like, oh, I did better than you today. No, it's more like pushing myself farther and become better than I was yesterday. So that should be your gauge, I think, Gelli.
Absolutely. That is indeed the correct way of putting it. You should have your own gauge. You should have your own basis. Now, when you start running, this is something that I've encountered in a lot of the runs. They wait for the warm-up at the run to do their warm-up and their stretches before they actually go on the run. You can already do your warm-up even before we present you with the warm-up and the stretches at the runs. What am I talking about? From going out of bed, into your car, straight to the run, and then you start you start with your stretches. That can actually be injurious for you. Just like when you're, like for example, when you're race car driving, you need to warm up the engine first before you go on that race. So before you start running, you need to warm up your body just a little bit. Keep walking, brisk walk, a light jog, and then do your stretches, and then you go for your run. Okay, so if you're about to get into running, that is something that you can do. Warm up first. So when you get to the venue, from the parking lot, walk back and forth before the race even starts, before the run starts. That's already your warm up. Then you do the stretches that you always have before the run, and then you go on your run. And then please do not stop abruptly after you cross the finish line. People, the minute they cross the finish line, stop. Kwentuhan na, pictures, pictures, right? That's what everyone does. No, you have to once again cool your body down. You have to bring your heart rate back to the normal pace or the normal rate before you can start doing all the photos. Besides, at least you can freshen up, wipe off the sweat before you have all those photos taken. Okay? Now, what I'm going to be showing you right now are just very simple stretches that you can do after your warm-up or anytime you're in the office and you've been seated for a really long time and you feel like your legs and your buns have already fallen asleep. These are just some of the stretches that you can do. While you're out there, you can also do the stretches with us just so you can feel exactly what we're targeting. And I'm pretty sure this is something you've already been doing. Okay, so you're off of your seats, you're all standing. So just very simple stretches. For example, if you want to stretch the back of your legs, just lunge forward with one leg and then keep the other leg back. Make sure that your heels are in contact with the ground. You will feel the stretch at the back of your legs. Okay, you will feel that pull. So make sure that your heel for the back leg, I'll stay sideways, your heel for the back leg is flat on the ground. If you keep it up like this, you're not going to feel the stretch as much as if you place it down. When you get home, try it. Especially if you've been wearing heels for a really, really long time, all day long. This is something that you need. I like it. You should be doing it right now. Just, you can feel it, right? Okay? And another thing, this is very, very important. When you're doing lunges, whether you're doing this stretch or something else, make sure that your knees do not go over your toes. If you see somebody stretching like this, that is actually very injurious for them. So pull it back, make sure that your knees are above your ankles or behind it, but never over. Okay, and definitely never over your toes. So what you do to one side, you do on the other side. That's for the back of your legs. What about the front? You always see people doing this at runs. This is to stretch the front of your thighs or your quads. So some people, you can see them taking it all the way back. Others really bringing it in, making the back of their legs or their foot touch the buns. That's okay. It's based on their flexibility for as long as you feel the stretch here. If you no longer feel the stretch, that means you have to pull it in a little bit more. That means you're improving. Your muscles are a little bit more limber. That's why you can stretch a little bit more. And then you can go as far as stretching the sides. So going like this. Just make sure that you are properly clothed for this, okay? You can even go as far as opening up and then bending down. You will feel a simultaneous stretch at the back of your legs. These are stretches that you can do before a run, after the run, and even in the office when you feel like your legs are already tired, all right? But this, folks, is not a running session or a running talk. So I'm going to end it right there. Feel free to ask me for more tips on fitness after the event. But this afternoon is once again all about Miss Tweetie De Leon Gonzalez. So I'm going to bring her back in. This time, talking about another sport that you have actually popularized. Everyone knows you are associated with this sport, which is squash.
Yes, squash is a sport I love. I love it dearly because it played a major role in raising my fitness levels. It has taught me so much about health, taking charge of my health, and taught me a lot about myself, that perseverance, determination and hard work. These are all required in learning a sport. And I just realized I had it in me because I wanted to learn the sport. I love it so much because, ladies, listen up. It's very good for the legs because of all the running. You're never stagnant in one position. You're forever running, challenges your legs, and all the lunges. As we know, lunging is the best exercise for the legs.
And the butt.
And I was just going to say that.
Sorry.
That was my punchline. It's really, really great for your glutes or the butt. It keeps your butt high and tight and firm and nice and round. And okay, someone there is smiling. All right, so that's why I love squash. I don't know. Oh, here's my racket.
You know, the way you were describing the butt right there, it has motivated everyone to really do their squats and lunges. The way you were describing it with your hands.
That's how much I love this sport because it's done so much for me. You know, not just for my legs and my butt. And, you know, it tests your speed, your agility, your endurance, everything. It's an all-in-one exercise. So just to show you, this is a racket. This is my personal racket. You hold it with a continental grip. I just heard the term. And mostly the movements are, you go from side to side, and then you lunge forward to hit the ball, and then you swing with a inverted C, as they call it. You swing this way and that way, going up with an inverted C. I don't know if you can imagine an inverted C. And you have to hit it hard because it's a no bounce ball or a low bounce ball. You have to hit it hard for the ball to heat up. And that's the only way for it to bounce. So it's all lunging, left and right, and running. You can just imagine the kind of workout your legs can get. And not only the legs, mind you, it's also your upper torso because of the upper torso movement, the swinging, and all that. So it's a full body workout. That's why I love it. You should try it too.
Even, you know, just the lunges alone, that's already quite a workout. You're engaging your obliques as well.
Exactly, and your core, and your arm strength, and everything.
Okay, we are about to move on to the next segment of your day. So she started it off with a workout. And after the workout, naturally, you're going to be starving. You need a nutritious, good, healthy, filling breakfast. So
we have some bread here. Here's an egg. It's a fried egg, which I will mix with cheese and some tomatoes. Somebody here from Edsa Plaza is going to help us out. Is that supposed to be you, sir? Okay, why don't you join us here? Let's prepare the sandwich. If you don't like anything fried, I'm sure a lot of you are staying away from fried foods. It's okay if you have a little. It's not going to hurt you. But if you like a healthier alternative, you can prepare a hard-boiled egg and turn it into an egg salad. Mix a little mayo into it, and then mix in your tomato and put it in a sandwich. If still you find mayo to be unhealthy, you can switch to avocado, which gives the creaminess with fat too, but as we all know, avocado is good fat, so that's a healthy alternative for those who would like to go that far. But this one right here, so let's all mix it together. Okay, put the egg and some butter on the bread. You butter the bread. If you have a toaster handy with you, I like my sandwiches toasted. I like it warm, and then it melts the butter.
And very recently, especially for those of you on social media, you may have noticed that butter is no longer as evil as it was made out to be years ago. So it's okay to have a little butter. All right, so that's what our...
Oh, that's good news. Right? Who doesn't love butter? Just the smell of it alone.
Buttered popcorn.
Okay, so now we're putting tomatoes. Tomatoes is one of my favorite fruits. Did you know that? Tomatoes is a fruit, not a vegetable. Just checking. So anyway, so here's some cheese, a very thin slice of cheese, and we'll put the egg, and some condiments to taste. There's some basil here for fresh basil leaves, salt and pepper to taste, and toast your sandwich.
Nice. That was very quick too.
Very easy to make. Okay, now that your sandwich is ready, if you're the type to drink your breakfast rather than eat it, you can prepare a smoothie. It's just as filling, it's just as healthy, everything is fresh. Thank you very much. I don't know if we can bring the ingredients here. Okay.
We're actually going to bring it forward. Okay. What's sexy?
Exactly. So here we have the ingredients for a smoothie. We have okay, here are 2 slices of mango. We'll throw in some bananas as well. And there's grapefruit here somewhere and orange juice right there. So you just dump it all into your blender, put little ice, and that's your breakfast. Oh, it's so good. I think this is called a tropical smoothie.
Oh, nice.
Would you like to taste it?
I will have a little bit of that. I'll probably finish that up a little bit later on.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So we're done with breakfast. We're full. We feel very healthy. It's all nutritious. We're done with the workout. We've been fed. We are now moving on to our next station. So follow us on this tour.
Is this hands-free thing working? I'll need both my hands. Please come in, don't be shy.
Come closer.
For you here. We set it up in such a way that everyone can come in. Well, I pre-prepared something. I chose this style because it's very easy to make and we don't have all day to finish it. So I'm going to make finish a necklace. The strands are all done.
How did you get started with this?
You know, ever since I can remember, I love working with my hands. Whether it's tinkering with a radio or sewing or what have you, I just like working with my hands. And you know, I've been working since I was 14, and then when I got pregnant, all of a sudden, the only thing I was doing was watching my children sleep.
Okay.
I just had to be a little more productive.
Busy with something.
And I found this book of jewelry making, and I just taught myself how to do it. Wait, you know what? Sorry, but your light is blinding me. I can't. There. Thank you. All right, that's okay. You can turn it back on. And that's how I started. I started practicing with plastic beads and some cheaper materials. And like I said in the video earlier, once I got more comfortable with my skill, I experimented with better materials, more expensive materials. I started investing in tools. So that's how I started.
All right, so you're already into jewelry making, and a lot of people already heard about the fact that you're into this. Tell everyone what your line is all about, where they can find it, what's the inspiration?
Well, okay, it used to be called ice crystals. When I wasn't confident about what I was doing.
Okay.
I don't know, I guess I wanted to hide behind a brand that was not recognizable. Until eventually I said, you know, that's crazy. I should just reinvent my brand and renamed it TDLG,
okay.
which is obviously my
your initials.
So that's how it came about. That's how I call it now. And I opened the store. It's in the Hong Kong Center. And that's what I've been doing. And I joined a few truck shows every so often. I did export, and it's nerve-wracking, but I enjoyed it. The challenge was just too fun for me. Sorry. Okay.
So
This is something very simple. I'm just making it as quickly as possible with very little light. As you can see, for something like this, I have to be seated. I mean, I can't be standing the whole day. But then, you know, although I like working with everything handy, everything's within my reach, but sitting, like I said, sitting on a chair the whole day for endless hours, it's not good for your legs. So the setup of my office office is in such a way that I have my materials in other parts of the office, in other parts of the room. So that will force me to get up and get the other stuff. So every so often, I get to work out my legs, and they don't remain stagnant, just to get the blood circulating.
That's what you always need to do, especially for those of you who are always stuck in the office, always seated. Just get the blood going. So once in a while, get off of your seat, walk around, do some of the stretches that we showed you earlier, or head off to the next office. You know, instead of calling your secretary or your assistant to bring something, you can actually head out of your office and grab it yourself just to get the blood flow going. Just like Tweetie said, circulation is very, very important for your legs. That's the biggest enemy of Ellie. Who is Ellie?
Ellie. We'll get to meet him later.
You're about to find out.
This is a little more challenging than I expected because of the low light. But anyway, yay, I finished it.
Oh, see, quick.
It's that simple.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so there you go.
Can we have you just pose with your jewelry, what you just made in a few minutes?
Two creatures to I think my mic is breaking off. Is it okay?
It's okay.
Alright. Okay, so who would like to give it a try? Maybe you can start.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
All right. But we'll also need volunteers. So who would like to learn how to walk properly? How to walk or work the runway or work the catwalk? Okay, they're asking for you.
Okay.
There.
Well, just to give you an idea, while we're waiting for a volunteer to come, modeling is just walking as naturally as possible, but the most important thing is you highlight the dress that you're modeling. So you try to walk as gracefully as you can. Graceful walk. There you go. Alright. What's a graceful walk anyway? It's really just pulling your shoulders back, standing straight, give it a little kick on one hip, one after the other, walk in a straight line, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Sounds simple, right? But like I said, it's very taxing to the legs and the feet.
Okay, we have a couple of ladies who move closer. Can we have you as the volunteers? Okay, you're all. You know what? You've been volunteered by the two other volunteers, so you'll have the first go.
Go on, let's try.
Hold on, sorry? Anna. All right, Anna, you can hand your phone to somebody else and take photos of you. So you're going to get a
Anna. Hi.
Tutorial.
Don't be shy. I'm very friendly. It's these ones who slow you down. Okay. So what I want you to do is just stand straight. Put a little swag in your walk. You know, feel it. There's music. Feel the music. Work to the rhythm. Get it into your head, get it into your system, and then pretty soon, you know, you'll just have the swag that you want. Just make sure that your back is pulled, you're walking straight, one foot in front of the other. Alright? That's one thing you need to correct. I know I said walk as naturally as possible, but do remember that for you to walk the runway, one foot in front of the other. You want to try, Anna? Come on!
Let's try it, Anna.
Start from here.
A round of applause, please.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Anna, do we have some music there?
Can we have a bit of music?
Okay.
She's applauding. All right. You know, whatever music is in your head, that's what you will walk with.
All right.
Come on,
okay.
Anna.
Try it. Ready? There you go. Turn. It's as simple as that. Now try doing that with a longer runway and with 5-inch heels. Damn, you're a model. It's simple, right? It's simple, right? Now,